Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 20th of February, 2025. A great streaming day overall, great progress, great things were learned about new games, and a game was finished. We had a chill time on the late stream, and everything was great. So let's talk. Let's have a little summary of what went down today, okay? So on the first stream, it was the Level 1 podcast, and on today's podcast, we discussed a couple interesting things. First off, we talked about the new games that I had actually played yesterday, giving you my opinions on Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, as well as another session of Avowed. But in addition to that, we talked about a new idea for a reward for hitting my goals. Instead of it being DSP tries it, people said, what about that Lego set that you bought back in December? And you said you were going to do a Lego night and you never did a Lego night. Why don't we have a Lego night where we hang out and you build the Legos? You have two cameras you can go between while you do it and everything. And I was like, it sounds like a pretty good idea. So that's what we're doing this week. Since people are tired of kind of the fast food thing, we're giving it a rest. And we're going to do a Lego night next week. It's either going to be called Build with Phil or DSP Builds It. And together we're going to hang out and enjoy each other's company while I build Legos once we hit 30 goals. So we're getting there. I'll talk about that in a moment, by the way, that we had a very supportive day today. Excuse me. That was awesome. And we also brainstormed a bit about the upcoming marathon for when we hit 50 goals. Also, there was a news story about how Twitch, the streaming service, Twitch TV, is getting rid of the on-demand archives because they don't want to have server space anymore. Instead, they're basically going to go fully to just streaming, and you'll have very limited storage space, which a lot of people are very much up in arms with. So you can check all that out on the channel today on the podcast. Then the first stream today was Fatal Fury City of the Worlds open beta on PC, and basically I have mixed feelings about it, and here's why. Graphically, I thought the look of the game was good. I thought the graphics were good. Okay, gameplay elements. There's a lot to this game. It's actually very complex. It's got elements of Mark of the Wolves from the early 2000s. It's got elements of Street Fighter 3 with almost a red parry system. It's got elements of Street Fighter 5, where for a limited time you could do this super armor move that kind of blows through everything. It's got interesting super move cancels. It's got a lot to it. And so I'm trying to learn this engine. But the problem is twofold. Number one, they didn't put a practice mode into this demo. So you can't just sit there and practice anything. You just have to play against people. So in that regard, it's kind of like, oh, it's like back in the day in arcades, which actually recently I've commented on and said, hey, actually things were better when you actually had to learn things in arcades and didn't just study what everyone learned in training mode and saw in a video. And I would be okay with that, except herein lies the second half of this problem. The connections are ass. They are really bad. The best connection I had all day was around 68 milliseconds. The worst was over 200. You have no ability to control it, and it's really hard to get a match. Like if you're searching, you have to tell it open connections, because I was searching for just 4 bar plus connections. I couldn't find a single one. So I had to open it up to like all connections. And then the connections were just terrible. Teleporting, can't respond when someone's attacking you, try to do anti-air, it won't come out. And in addition to that, as I played for about 2.5 hours, I played with Mai Shiranui, reason being I just used her in Street Fighter 6. So, the general, premise of how to use her was hot in my mind. And by the way, shout out to the chat. The chat was helping a lot in explaining to me how to do certain things. Like they were like, oh, if you do this EX flame move, you could then combo into the EX fan move, and then you could do like a finisher, like a super or juggle after. Oh, that's useful. Thanks for telling me. But it was very hard to play. I was having fun. I won way more than I lost. I was doing all ranked, and I think I got like over 20 wins and only like maybe like 7 losses, 8 losses. But by the end, I was very disappointed because I'm like, I don't feel like I really learned much about the game because you can't really play it for real because it's so laggy. In addition, I will just tell you this. Bijane and Rock Howard seem to be incredibly overpowered. Both of them can just walk forward pressing light attacks, and if those light attacks hit, they get a free combo. All right, other characters can't really do that. They could just basically keep walking forward and pressuring you with jab. And also another weird thing, and again, I don't know if this is because of the connections or not, people were just throwing like crazy, and it was stuffing almost everything. Like, you're punching, oh, they're going to throw, let me punch them. Oh, no, it would just grab your punch, and you'd still get thrown. And I was like, Well, that's definitely not like Street Fighter. In fact, that's not like any fighting game. So I'm very confused on how that mechanic works. Now, does it work like that or was it the lag? I don't know. All right. But overall, here's the thing. Looks flashy. When you can play it, it plays good. But having to wait for matches and having the matches all be laggy was not a good look for this beta. A lot of people who maybe are trying to open beta today are going to be turned off from actually getting the final game because they're gonna think that the whole game is gonna be like that, right? And I don't know, really, literally, I don't know if it will be or not. I hope not. You would think that the final game comes out in April. It's gonna give them 2 months to fix this netcode, but that netcode is not good. No bueno. And people were really upset today. I'm sure I was upset because I was looking forward to this. Okay, so watch the videos for yourself. You'll see what I mean. Then on the late stream tonight, it was the conclusion of Onimusha Warlords, except I was having problems with my webcams. My webcams were giving me issues where basically they were not reacting properly the way that they're supposed to. They basically were not doing like I couldn't get this one to do the motion commands, just like I can't right now for some reason. Like I'm trying to get it to do the hand signal command so that I can have it follow me around and adjust, and it just won't do it. And I don't know why. Like all of a sudden it just stopped working. And then this camera right here started to turn off. And there we go. I just got it on. So the camera will work, but it seems like I have to put my hand up like next to my head to get it to recognize. And even then, sometimes it won't recognize. Like right now, it won't recognize. I'm trying to get it to recognize. And there we go. It finally did. So it started giving me problems. And then all of a sudden it started popping up saying, oh, do a firmware update. So I did the firmware update and still wasn't working. I had to restart my whole PC. So basically the gameplay portion of the late stream started really late, like by half an hour, because I had to do restarting everything and getting everything working again. All right. I did get everything working again, so no problems there. But it was frustrating, another tech issue. And at this point, I feel like I'm just accepting the fact that things are not always going to work perfect with this setup, that there's always going to be ongoing issues no matter what I do. And that's disappointing, obviously. But hopefully, these cameras will continue to work. It really sucks that they started erroring on me today. But the good news is after the restart, they worked, and they worked all night. So hopefully they'll just keep working now. It was a great stream. It was the conclusion of Onimusha Warlords. Had a lot of fun. Beat it in about an hour. And the support was amazing today. I'll talk about that in a second. We ended up having like almost an extra hour. It was about like maybe 45 minutes. So I just basically hung out with everyone during that time period. And we had a really good interactive time together. And overall, it was just a great night of relaxing, chill, fun, Onimusha finishing, and just talking. And I got some new ideas, actually, for the upcoming marathon when we hit 50 goals. For example, someone said, what about like a point-and-click horror marathon where you can play those like FMV detective horror games from the 90s? For example, Harvester, 11th, what's it called? 11th Hour, which is the classic one in a mansion, right? Someone said, what about Maniac Mansion, the one that started it all? And I was like, that could be neat. All of these games are readily available on PC. That's something completely different that I could do that I think would be pretty fun. So that's another idea. We have a few ideas for the marathon, but we'll talk about this all on the podcast tomorrow. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't hit 1 goal. I didn't hit 2 goals. I hit 3 goals today. Wow. And once again, it wasn't just all one person. We had different people all contributing. And I really appreciate all of you coming together and supporting me so much. We got 3 goals hit on this special video that I did tonight, which was the kind of hangout Q&A. We actually did 4 taste tests of the Turkish treats to catch up on all the taste tests that I owed everybody. Okay. So overall, I had a great day. I had a great time, lots of fun. Fatal Fury, even though it didn't work well online, still was entertaining. Finished Onimusha, had a great chill time with everyone. Great day overall, okay? Tomorrow, Friday, is the final day of the week for me. I'm off on Saturday, so it's going to be the premiere of Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii on my first stream. Plus, of course, a level 1 podcast right before that. And then the late stream tomorrow night, we are going to give it another shot. We're going to attempt to play the Fatal Fury beta a second time. I'm hoping the connections will be better, but I am skeptical that they will be, especially now because more people will be playing. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Now, I was doing good with Mai Shiranui. I'm wondering if I should keep using her and just stick with her for now, or if I should try a totally new character. The problem is there's no training mode, so I can't try a new character and mess with them. So maybe I'll just do more Mai. But I was doing well with Mai, and it was fun gameplay. So maybe we'll just do that. All right. So final day of the week tomorrow. We'll brainstorm in the morning for rewards. We'll have a good time. Pirates, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Hopefully, we'll have a good start. And I really hope that you will show up, engage, and support that because, like I said, I am nervous. I want to play it, but I hope that people will actually show up to support it. All right. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the morning. Peace out.